Okay, let me get my headphones on here. How do things sound? Great. So I was expecting a video to be posted with evidence. Now, let's go back to what was the original complaint in the first video I made. Well, two forms of libel. The first form of libel was that essentially someone had posted that Eileen was in some way responsible for Alan's death. The second thing was that there was a claim that Gail Shackley or someone associated with her had hacked into the account of one of the admins of Universal Fans of the Bay City Rollers. So the evidence I was looking for, I assumed, was that either those things didn't happen or that it's true that they happened. But I don't have that. So anyway, I was expecting a video, but instead they tried to post this into my group. Now I'm going to say why it's not going into my group. I already posted in my group, and I broke my own rule once, and I don't want to break it anymore, that I don't want the group to be about drama, but anytime someone in the group is attacked or libeled, I will unfortunately have to let people know. So I said, listen, if you are interested in any of this stuff, it's on my YouTube channel, go there. And I won't be posting this video in my group. Now, with regards to the evidence that was attempted to put in there, there's some stuff here, and I'm not putting names, as usual, I'm not putting names out there. If someone comes on to my channel and reveals who they are, then fine, I'll use their name. But anyway, or their pseudonym, right? But essentially the person is saying that I asked multiple times, and here's some proof. So I'm looking at the proof. And what it is, I can't see exactly where they're talking about because it's cut off, but there's some stuff here about a few people. They're described as buffoons and that they tell lies and crap. Someone is fuming, calls them amoeba. That's my rant. Please don't delete this, it says. People need to know, and please report back to someone if you support them. Oh, yeah. Please report back to them. So whoever posted this is like, yeah, I'm saying this, and you can send it to them and let them know. Right? And then there's some other people that get involved. They're like, what's a voodoo room? And there's questions about what this is. And then what it comes down to is that someone says, yeah, this is another group who are doing an anniversary for the 50th anniversary of Roland, but it's not the group that already announced it. So my feelings on this is that I said in the first group, after a second 50th anniversary thing came up, and then some other like copycat stuff, there was a lot of animosity. I'm not doubting that there was animosity. I know there was animosity. From my opinion, and like I said back then, I don't care. You know, I don't care if you go on about BCR fan events generally. I don't care if you guys are fighting. I don't care. What I care about is libel, right? I explained in my first video, both from a psychology perspective and from my perspective, what happens when you accuse someone of being a cause of death of someone else. That is a pretty big deal. Having mean-spiritedness between competition between two different groups is a much different thing. I talked about crossing lines, why people cross the line. Sometimes it's just a mistake. Sometimes you can see that it's a pattern of behavior and they're always crossing the line, etc., etc. So anyway, I'm not hiding any of this. This is out there. Are these people involved? So I don't know who these people are. That's the first thing. I contacted the BCR fan events. I said, are these people part of the committee? And they're like, no. But they appear to support them and like them, right? But this is, I think, I would say typical when suddenly there are two competing events. People don't like each other. We know people don't like each other. So anyway, yeah, when people talk about evidence, what I was thinking was, evidence that someone associated to Gail had hacked someone's account, and evidence that refutes the evidence that I had that Eileen most certainly was not responsible for Alan's death, based on a person I talked to who was willing to put this in the courts on record. Okay? So there's a big difference between what we're talking about here. Now, I will not be putting up more videos with their evidence. They've said they're going to put up the video with the evidence. I would suggest not having people's names in the evidence that you put up, especially with something like this where these people aren't even working on the event, right? I haven't even named the person who put up the original post, and I won't. Unless my hand is really, really forced, right? So that's it for me. It's up to that team to either refute or defend the things that were said, and the things that I'm saying are libelous. I think that's it. Oh, well, there was this other thing. Stop blaming us for comments about Alan's marriage. And I did say, and I already said this, just because people at their event were saying these things doesn't mean that the admins were telling them to say these things. I was just giving it as another example of this weirdness, right? It's weird. The things that were said are like, like, how could you say that? I'm talking logically. I'm not saying you're mean. I'm saying logically, someone saying these things, it's like, well, it's basic logic. I don't know. So that's it for me. I will not be responding to every little piece of thing where stuff like this. I want the evidence that either something didn't happen or that it was true what was said. Okay, that's what I think evidence is. I don't think people being mean or not liking you is evidence. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a good day, everyone.